Well, some of the young ones had gone to Silver, went to a show or something, was coming back, and down at the cemetery, they swore that there was a ghost up there on the cemetery hill. Well, they scared them all to death, and they came on up there, and me and Daddy went back down there, you know, just to prove to them, you know, that Daddy wasn't afraid of anything anyhow. So we went up on the cemetery hill, and of course we didn't see anything, and that, I guess it satisfied them to the extent that they didn't make too much of a...
Didn't you say a headstone was turned over?
Yeah.
Oh, let's see.
Yeah, the headstone was turned over for...
Paul's headstone.
I don't know who that was, so I don't know.
I've only heard that by Sarah. I've never
I was
heard
gonna say
that by
you need Eddie and Sarah.
Eddie and Sarah are the only two I've ever heard.
Didn't
Well,
Eddie
Rita was the one that was, she had her head on the edge of the door.
No, not Rita.
Carla.
Carla.
Well, whatever. One of them, for crying out loud. And then they turned the curve and he was just standing right there with
like
bib
a guy.
overalls with his arms.
It's like a guy. He looked like
But they also, everybody
Now,
in this
I'll tell you what we
saw.
did see. When we were sitting over in that toilet, when it would lighten, there were angels over there on the Jim Peace Hill, just as plain on that as you've ever seen anything in your life. I mean, it was there. It was not deception. It was there. I still don't understand that. But that's where those two children, I think, were buried there. You didn't know there's a cemetery up there, did you?
Up where?
Jim Peace.
Yeah,
Hendricks.
Oh, across the creek.
Yeah, across the creek. Right up there in that gap. It was a little cemetery. Somebody buried a couple of children. Back, that was when, you know, they just, they didn't have any money to have any type of funeral or box put it. I don't know whether they put them in a box or not. I don't know. But I've got that casket down there in the basement
Come to him.
right now.
Look at Jessica.
You don't believe?
No, I believe you.
There's nobody in this family that would fit in it.
But there is one thing that does fit in it.
Yeah.
Oh.
WC Fields.
I'm all chickadee.
Tell us the W.C. Fields story, Dad.
That's when those two co-heads over there were down at Myrtle Beach, and they were running around just like two apes.
It wasn't me.
And they knocked W.C. Fields off of the shelf.
Ceramic.
No, it was standing in the floor.
It was standing in the floor.
It was top heavy because it had this big head on. And all they did was run by and it caused him to fall over and we had to buy
See,
it.
Mama's got my back.
She's taking up for her children.
I got,
so fast.
I've got W.C. Fields buried in that casket down there.
They kept that thing to hold over our head for the rest of our lives.
What's WC Fields?
It's an old actor. It's
I
not
didn't-
just a
I didn't know
statue.
either.
Like from
Yeah, you're
when he
kind of
was
young.
born.
You're
Yeah.
kind of young.
He was a comedian.
The
30s,
casket.
40s.
So you had a statue of
In a
It's
store.
like a ceramic
They were in a
statue about
store.
that big.
Oh, I thought this was downstairs.
It
It
is.
is
They
now.
had to buy.
They broke him.
They
They were in a
had-
store and they too
Break
broke. They broke
You
it.
ever heard
it, you buy it.
You ever heard of break it, you buy it?
I see.
And
Okay.
it cost us $25. I remember
I've never
that.
seen
Oh my
I've never
gosh, that's a
That was a
lot.
lot of money back then.
They didn't
Yeah.
realize why they kept it.
I remember seeing down there at what they call the old folks' home, on rainy days back in the 30s, the people who were employed by the county, they had them making caskets for indigent people when they died. I remember seeing them stacked up down there in that building. And Don, he got 2 or 3, brought it up there, and he gave me this one here.
But it was a child's. It's
It's
small.
a child's.